Today on Royal Sussex Squad, we are diving into one of the most manipulated, twisted and exploited storylines the tabloids simply refuse to let die. The relationship between Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and her estranged father, Thomas Markle. And yet again, the media has swarmed like vultures over a deeply personal medical emergency involving an elderly man, hoping to drag Meghan's name through the mud for profit. But this time, the truth slipped out, and the truth exposes everything. Because while commentators, trolls and Meghan's own half-siblings were scrambling to get their quotes into the Daily Mail, page 6, and every tabloid desperate for clicks, one thing quietly happened behind the scenes. The Grand Domain is hard to said d'others. Never expected. Meghan Markle reached out, directly, privately, compassionately. Yes, the woman the British media loves to paint as cold, distant, unforgiving or heartless did what they themselves never do. She behaved like a human being. Like a daughter who, despite years of betrayal, lies, staged paparazzi photos, media ambushes and public humiliation orchestrated by her own father and siblings, still showed empathy in a moment of medical crisis. A spokesperson for Meghan confirmed it, and you know it's serious when they confirm anything at all. Because the Duchess moves in silence, and she rarely acknowledges tabloid noise. But this time she wanted the record corrected. And corrected it was. Meghan reached out to her father after he had an emergency leg amputation in the Philippines. A life-threatening situation that had doctors racing to prevent sepsis and gangrene. Thomas Jr., who somehow finds time between interviews to also give medical commentary, told the press that the leg turned blue, then black, and surgery was unavoidable. And listen, none of us wish illness on anybody. Not even the people who have weaponized their own health in the past to manipulate Meghan's reputation. But the way the Markle half-siblings turned this traumatic moment into a media circus shows exactly why Meghan had to protect her peace in the first place. Samantha Markle, who hasn't stopped criticising Meghan for 8 years straight, ran to the Daily Mail to share her hopes that their father could pull through. But somehow, magically, every quote also slipped in a jab at Meghan. Because for Samantha, everything, including a medical emergency, is content. Thomas Markle Jr. did the same, giving exclusive after exclusive, describing the surgery, the ambulance, the hospital room, the most intimate details of their father's condition, all to tabloids known for exploiting the Sussexes. Meanwhile, Meghan, quiet, dignified, reaching out privately without cameras, without theatrics, without interviews. And that is why they hate her. Because she lives in reality, not in the circus her relatives created for profit. Let's be clear, these siblings have spent years publicly attacking Meghan. Samantha literally changed her name back to Markle when Meghan got engaged to Prince Harry. Think about that. Who wakes up and decides to cash in on their half-sister's engagement by rebranding themselves? Who does that other than someone craving attention? And yet, despite the non-stop harassment, the book deals, the interviews, the documentaries attacking her, the stage photos, the lies, the cruelty, Meghan still reached out when she heard about her father's amputation. This is who she is, always has been, and it breaks the narrative people have tried to force on her. But now here comes the twist. The media tried to turn even this into a negative. They tried to claim she contacted her father through AIDS, implying distance or coldness. And again, false. Her spokesperson shut that lie down immediately. Because the media wants Meghan to look like a villain at all times, even when she is literally showing compassion during a life or death situation. This story exposes the double standard Meghan faces every single day. When William and Kate cut off family members, it's royal boundaries. When Charles stops speaking to Harry, it's protocol. But when Meghan protects herself from family members who sold her out to tabloids over and over, suddenly she's cold, selfish and unforgiving. Except this moment proves she is none of those things. This moment shows Meghan is a human being caught in an impossible situation. A daughter who cannot trust her father publicly because every phone call becomes an interview. Every text becomes a tabloid headline. Every gesture becomes twisted into a narrative that can be monetized. Meghan reaching out under these conditions is not just compassion. It is courage. Because every single time she tries to move silently, her family tries to weaponize that silence against her. Let's talk about the hypocrisy. Thomas Markle missed Meghan's wedding due to heart surgery, and within days was giving interviews attacking her. He staged paparazzi photos to embarrass her. He lied on television. He let Piers Morgan and GB News use him as a battering ram against his own daughter. He teamed up with Samantha to drag Meghan while she was pregnant. He participated in documentaries made specifically to smear her. And through all of that, Meghan never retaliated. Not once. She didn't sit down for a tell-all interview about him. She didn't reveal private details. She didn't humiliate him in public. She only told the truth in court when she had no choice. And now, during a medical emergency, she still shows compassion. This is why Harry has always defended her. This is why he walked away from that royal feeding frenzy. Because the people who were supposed to protect Meghan weaponized her own family against her. And the public falls for it every time, until the truth leaks out, just like it did today. Let's also talk about how this news conveniently dropped right when Thomas Jr. had criticism ready for Meghan's Netflix series With Love, Meghan. Imagine that timing. A man with no relationship to Meghan calls her series generic, as if he knows her, as if he has any insight into her life, as if he hasn't been selling stories about her for a decade. But the media prints his words as if they're credible because negativity sells. Meanwhile, the real Meghan continues to live in peace, raise her children, work, produce, create and thrive, while others chase tabloids for $300 interviews. This situation highlights something deeper. Meghan has never been the problem. The problem is that people profit off attacking her, and the media rewards them. But this time, her outreach cut through the noise. It showed the world who she really is. It showed why Harry protects his family so fiercely. It showed why the Sussex Squad continues to ride for her. Because even in a moment when she had every reason to walk away forever, she still showed empathy. And empathy is something her critics will never understand. So tonight, let this be the lesson. Meghan wins by simply being herself. Her integrity outshines every tabloid headline. Her compassion exposes the cruelty of those who attack her. Her silence exposes their desperation. Her humanity exposes their hypocrisy. And that is why the world continues to rally behind her. Before we close, let me speak directly to the squad. When Meghan moves quietly, with grace and dignity, the truth always finds its way out. And tonight, it did. So make sure you're subscribed, because we will continue breaking down these stories with facts, receipts, and Sussex Squad fire. Hit that like button, turn on notifications, and if you want to support the channel's growth, feel free to drop a super thanks. Every contribution helps us keep exposing misinformation and uplifting Harry and Meghan with the truth they deserve. This is Royal Sussex Squad. We stand with compassion. We stand with integrity. We stand with Harry and Meghan. And as always, we stand with the truth.